that's why I feel like this is still, despite everything that's happening, the best time to be alive. Where whatever you do, you can put it out here at scale. Perfection is a disguise for insecurity. I focus more on the marathon than trying to have it all perfect. I'm putting this out because I'm passionate about putting this out. Hey, what's the deal, y'all? Back with another episode of The Rock Report. And this one, I got a special guest in the building. I got my cousin DAZ, Daz in the motherfucking building.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Hey, man, I'm glad to have you. You know, we really ain't supposed to be handshaking today. You know, I usually fist bump, but, you know, I'm going to make an exception for you this time. It's my baby, you know what I'm saying,
man? Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, I appreciate you for coming through, man. So, you know, obviously I want to ask you a couple questions. The first thing, because I know you coming back to the city from college. You was out in Adrian, you know, doing your thing. So I just kind of wanted to just catch up with you for a minute and just kind of ask you, like, what that's been like.
Man, Adrian, honestly, bro, tell the truth, it changed my life. And when I say that, I mean, like, the opportunities it gave me, you know.
As far as,
you know, education, me going into the social work program and also with track and field.
Okay.
You know, I do high jump, so sports and education. But I will say, though, like, college ain't for everybody. And I feel like it's for me, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. I see you looking good, body right and shit, you know what I'm saying? Wearing your sports athletics and shit. Good to have you in the city. Hate the circumstances, but
man,
hey, at least we get a chance to catch up, man. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I've been trying something new out. I'm going to go ahead and flip my little hourglass, even though it only get 30 minutes, but, you know, spend a couple minutes with us and let's get right into it, man. So we all in quarantine now. It ain't much we can all do. Everybody at home,
right?
Which is probably why you watching this video, because you at the crib. Ain't doing nothing, you know, but we appreciate you for tuning in. I just want to ask you, though, bro, like, you know, in the midst of everything that's going on, you know, you do athletics, so quarantine is something you really got to take advantage of. How do you plan on, like, staying productive even though you in the house?
I'm going to be honest with you. It's hard. It's tough, you know, being an athlete and then just getting shut down all of a sudden. You know, it takes a toll on you mentally. But, you know, I thought about it and I'm just like, you know, I still need to get better. I need to focus on my school stuff and also my sports event. So, like, it's different, man. I never experienced anything like this. So, it's something new that everyone, you know, is going day to day with. How old are you? I am 21.
21, yeah.
Yes, sir. So just turned 21 this year.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, this is a completely new experience for everybody. But, like, as far as market crashes and economic crisis, this is, you know, this has been seen before. So, I know one thing is for sure. We're going to get through it, you know what I mean? But, like I said, staying in quarantine, like, this is something that I feel like is going to cause a lot of people to fall off. Like, a lot of people to fall off their shit. Because they say when money is low, emotions is high. And since everybody quarantined, nobody's working. 10 million people just lost their jobs. How you feel about that?
I mean, some people are different, though. I feel like some people, this can be an opportunity for people to focus up and really get their stuff together. But I understand what you mean by how people can just, you know, get quarantined and money is low and then emotions get high and they just give up on whatever they want to go into.
Right.
But I think also for other people, you know, it's something that they could really benefit from. Cause they'll be able to actually sit down and plan out what they want to do once this quarantine is uplifted. So I feel like most people should take this as a positive instead of as a negative, even though it is a negative.
I completely see it as a positive, and I think, you know, I don't know, I might be cursed, bro, but my switch, how my mind works, is naturally optimistic. Mm-hmm. I'm naturally always looking for the good and shit. I just did a video about that the day before yesterday, just talking about there's always good in something that's happening. And the example that I used was in the 1930s when we had one of the largest economical crashes in history. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a pandemic, but it was a depression. It was the Great Depression. Mm-hmm. While people was losing money, it was people that was actually making money. While people was going out of business, it was people going into business. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying that to say the opportunity was being created even in the midst of all that chaos.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Feel like, and that's a message that a lot of people need to hear, man. Because, you know, sometimes you got to take some positive out of the negative and, like, look towards your future. You know, see what you can do in that time to get yourself prepared, you know.
And like you said, it's easier said than done, man, because, you know, I know a lot of people is mentally trapped here. Mm-hmm. Like, this is where the jail is. The jail is up here. And so I'm hearing about domestic violence cases on the rise. Mm-hmm. Like, more guys is beating their wives and shit. That's like not a surprise to me. Like I said, I get that. If you're in that mental jail, then you're going to allow the environment around you to kind of dictate what's happening, right? Or kind of like determine where your head is. And it's fucked up for a lot of people, but not a lot of people really tapped into or realize that you can take complete control or like you said, advantage of that.
Yeah, I agree. Like, that's a message that needs to be heard around the world, bro. I feel like this time right now 2020, this time, this moment right now can benefit somebody if they just heard that message you just said.
For sure, man.
Guaranteed.
And this and the magnitude of this. Look at all of the industries that's being affected. Like, you're a sports guy, so I know you know about the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, when you heard about the NBA being shut down, like, was that the moment where things became real for you, or did you recognize this was a problem before that?
Well, see,
'Cause that's when a lot of people woke up, especially in the sports world.
So when all this went down, I was actually in North Carolina, and I was getting ready for nationals for high jump. So I'm at a sporting event. I'm getting ready, like I'm warming up and stuff, and then I get the message from my coach that it's over. Everything shut down. NCAA shuts down.
Damn. North Carolina.
North Carolina. So
was it a team trip or?
No, it was just like for the national qualifiers. So this is for like the D3. It's pretty much like the D3 national. So everyone from Division III would go there and compete and try to win a championship in their event. But that's when I knew it was real. Once it affected me, like personally, and I seen, I'm like, okay, this is crazy. And like that same night, I'm watching TV and they shut the NBA down. Players were walking off the court and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
So
it all hit me kind of at once. Like that day, it was just.
I think we found out it was Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert. Yeah.
And when we telling this story in 2030 or 2040, that's the name that it's always gonna start with. Like, once they found out he was touching mics and shit.
Mics,
so
man.
that just made the story that much better in 30 years.
It's not
look at this.
It's not a good look for him, man. I know he didn't mean any malice with it, obviously, but it was just.
It's probably some shit I would have did by mistake, taking it as a joke.
As a joke, exactly.
You know what I mean? So like he obviously didn't understand the magnitude at the time. So, but when I heard about all the other players that was infected, I'm like, that was fucking fast.
Fast, man.
How the fuck did that happen that fast? Like,
crazy.
I'm like, wait, they was just here in Detroit. Detroit might need to go ahead and be tested. And then I found out
they were releasing new names every day of NBA players that got it. So
it went from dropping Woj bombs to Woj viruses, like such and such. Just got.
Facts.
I'm like, what the hell? What kind of world am I living in?
We gotta protect Woj at all costs. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Woj, man.
So he's like, oh my goodness, he's an NBA like. And he don't even play basketball. I don't think he ever dribbled a basketball in his life, but he's an NBA god. Like,
man, genius. And he's great.
That's the reason I bring him up.
Shout out to Woj, man.
Hey, shout out to Woj. Let me make sure I tag him in this. Hashtag Woj.
Facts.
So like, who did you have going for the championship in the NBA if the season was to continue?
Now me, I'm a Golden State fan, so it really hurts me to say this, but the Lakers probably would have got it out.
Ooh.
But only just because we was like hurt and stuff. My boy.
Did you have Bron for the MVP?
I had him neck and neck with Giannis. I think
that was it was getting so.
If they would have announced it after the playoffs, Bron would have got it.
It was so interesting, man. Did you see that battle they had the other night?
Yeah,
evened it out, and I obviously I'm a Laker guy. I'm a Bron guy. I'm not a Laker guy. Let me clarify. Not a Laker guy. Probably never will be.
All right,
I love Kobe.
Define a Bron guy for our audience that don't know.
So if LeBron came to Detroit and the Pistons, I'm fucking with Detroit. I'm rooting for Detroit to win it all. That's
so
LeBron.
What if he went to the Celtics?
If he went to the Celtics, I'm rooting for the Celtics to win it all. That's a Bron guy. You gonna root for him wherever he land.
And honestly, I don't like people that just bandwagon. Like, okay, I love the team. I know you love Bron.
Why would you say you love that team? Lying.
Stop
capping.
Stop.
One day we're gonna live in a world where a cap pop on your head as soon as you say some cap shit. Like, boop. You're like, look at you. But nah, man. But the NBA is just one league that took a hit. Obviously, every other industry took a hit. Like you said, the NCAA, the NFL, fucking the Chinese basketball. Everything is shut down. So like, what's your take on like the impact that this shit is having just economically on the global scale?
Man, on the globe, I mean, a lot of businesses are being affected. Obviously, small town businesses are closing down. They're shutting down. So
you know any business owners that got affected?
Yeah, actually, back in school in Adrian, it's a small pizza shop that I used to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Got shut down due to the virus, and I don't think they're gonna make it back in business. So stuff like that hurts,
It's a lot of mom and pop shops that really just don't have the capital to sustain this type of economic blow. With all that traffic leaving, that's how people pay their bills. Like, they really depend on that traffic, and America is being brought to its knees with the way we getting exposed right now for our economic infrastructure. Like, it's like everything built off credit, off loans. Like, are y'all really making as much money as we? You know what I'm saying? So that's why only the biggest companies are able to have employees work from home, or like the essential companies, like the grocery stores, and most of them calling in sick.
Yeah.
But like I know you heard about that bus driver that recently.
Yeah.
You know, he was that shit was sad, bro. You know, these are the people that's also on the front line in all of this. You even got a mom that's in the medical field.
That what hurts the most, and it's scary, man, to think about. Because I've already known a few people that have passed through the corona, but you know, my mom working in a hospital, and she's telling me how the hospitals are not getting enough protective gear for everybody.
Damn.
You know, so that's scary, man. You gotta go to a workplace and
you
use the same mask.
Damn. So they don't have masks to recycle, is what she said.
They don't.
But like,
it's limited.
Yeah.
So
it's limited.
They don't have enough. You know, they don't have as much as they need. I'll say that. So it's scary, man.
Damn, man.
Yeah, it's real. A lot of people they joke around with it and not, you know, quarantine the way they should, but it's real. This is a real problem that we got to come together to fix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like I said, man, I see the light at the end. I see the light at the end of all of this. You know, and my family was personally affected. I lost the aunt yesterday.
Man, I'm sorry to hear
and
that.
I remember the last thing I did for her is I shot to the store for her. She wanted some Gatorade. I went to the store and got my auntie some Gatorade, and that's the last thing I remember doing for her, and that was like maybe 2 weeks ago, you know. And so, but she passed yesterday, and her body, she already had underlying health issues. So she was not gonna last at all. Like as soon as she went in, they put her on the ventilator, and she was gone like 10 hours later. But you know, my family's strong, man. So I know we're gonna get through this together. Yeah. And that's one thing I'm noticing, that this is bringing humanity together.
Exactly.
And that's the thing I appreciate about it the most. Like, you know, when the lights cut out and, you know, everybody in the house is kind of like in the same room, and you know, and y'all just talking, like those were some of the greatest moments of my life. As bad as it looked or was, like my family came together, and it just like I appreciated the togetherness of the moment. You know, it's like I said, it's good in everything, so it's something we can always extract.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna pass all of this together. Nobody's gonna do it individually. We gotta come together.
Yeah, so this ain't the time to be selfish, man. No. This ain't the time to judge other people. No. You know, because I know it's a lot of people, man, that over leveraged. A lot of people that look like they had money, and they about to get exposed so bad that it's not even funny, man. I'm not about to laugh at nobody.
You know, something like some examples.
I'm gonna give you a couple examples, dude. I got a friend. When I started working at Quicken Loans 2 years ago, I had a friend who was in the same predicament. She had just got out of college. We started working on the same day. She wanted to go over into banking so bad, and she worked her way up and just went into banking like maybe 6 months ago. Got her a nice car, 2017 Challenger or whatever.
Okay.
Got her a crib, you know what I'm saying, credit cards, start over leveraging. And now she's probably about to lose her job soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's, you know, like I said, no, that's a lot of people's predicament, not just hers. I feel like every man is gonna lose something in this, whether you losing more hours at work, or like you losing out on certain social interactions. A lot of people had trips planned, shit like that. Like a lot of that shit ain't gonna happen. I was supposed to see LeBron James for the first time, March 22nd when he came to Detroit. Detroit was supposed to play against the Pistons. Tickets was booked months in advance. Everybody lost something. I'm sorry.
I was supposed to go to Killeen, Texas in May. That's not happening. You know, I was going to go see my grandparents, and I can't do that. So, I agree for sure. Everyone's losing something out of this.
But since we know it's good and everything, I want to ask you personally, what do you think is something that you can take advantage of what's happening with everything that's taking an economical hit, with stocks being as cheap as they've ever been, with social media consumption being as high as it's ever been? What type of opportunities do you see out here?
Well, to be honest with you, being in the house, man, and, you know, I'm trying to expand my knowledge, man. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to get smarter and, like, think about my profession. You know, I'm trying to go into social work. I can do more stuff with that, you know. Sitting in the house and being on my phone and playing games all day is not going to benefit me through this, you know, this quarantine. I want to read books. I want to, you know, gain knowledge, you know, focus on myself.
Because, you know, we had a conversation earlier about X2 Checkmate, which is the gamer tag I used to go by when I played Xbox and Call of Duty. What if you stream that? What if, you know what I'm saying, you started like a community where y'all can just discuss just different topics about this game? Like, because I feel like the whole reason for me to try to be successful as an entrepreneur was so I could play the game. I wanted to make enough residual income, passive income, where I could stay home and play the game. So if that's something that you actually enjoy, I don't judge nobody who decide that that's what they want to spend their time doing. As long as you figure out how you can use it to build.
Yeah, I agree with
Grow.
everything you just said. Yeah, I love playing the games, but if let's say I come up with an idea that, hey, let me start a YouTube channel, maybe let me start streaming or something. That's an opportunity, you know. And being in the quarantine, you know, that's giving me the opportunity to do that.
And it not only gives you the opportunity, it gives you the perfect excuse.
Exactly. I like the way you just said that. The perfect excuse. You're right.
Like, you can't tell me I ain't shit because I'm at my mama crib playing a game. Motherfucker, the whole globe locked down. What am I supposed to be doing?
Exactly. And I'm all about building for me and my family. So if I can find an opportunity, will it give me a chance to, you know, build something bigger, like you said, I'm gonna go for it.
Man, what have you been playing online?
I've been messing with that Call of Duty Warzone.
Call of Duty Warzone. I know a lot of y'all tapped into it. I miss it so much, man. My new video game is Adobe Premiere. That's an editing software for, you know, like videos. Like, I'm just been trying to learn that shit every single night, man.
That's
just
greatness too, bro. And before we move on to that, listen, this man used to be a legend at Call of Duty. He probably still is. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1.
I wasn't shit compared to Jesus, though.
Oh, aimbots?
Yeah, we sometimes don't even really say his name, but yeah.
He's so cold. You can't.
I was all right though. I was pretty decent. Search and Destroy was my game. You know what I'm saying? I used to get it. I was so into it. I used to have the fucking headphones on my head. Couldn't hear my family. I used to draw on the TV screen so I could have an advantage over other players.
That's what I'm saying. That's not the reason you feel like shooting and like maneuvering with the analog. That wasn't the reason you was good, bro.
Yeah,
he was smarter than every other player in the lobby.
Just
so
outthinking people.
Like, who would think to go up to the TV and let me put this, you know, so when he get EMP'd or something, he could still.
I could still hip shot. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like
crazy.
Yeah, it was like, but that just shows the commitment that I had to what I enjoyed doing.
Exactly.
Time didn't exist in those moments, man. I felt so free. Man. Going after it, you know what I'm saying? And to know that there's people out there making millions of dollars now doing that, that just tells me, like, the time that we live in is so different. Your dad didn't have that opportunity at all, or mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have that. That's why I feel like this is still, despite everything that's happening, the best time to be alive. Where whatever you do, you can put it out here at scale. Remember Bam Margera? Remember Bam Margera, Jackass?
All that shit? Yeah.
Remember, the reason why that shit was so fascinating is because it was a bunch of white boys doing crazy shit, putting out content. And it's like, well, shit, I'm at home watching TV. I might as well turn on their content.
Exactly.
And they was famous from that. But now we all got phones. The playing field has been even. You used to need money to have cameras on you. But now the playing field is even. We can all put out crazy shit we doing, or whatever creative idea you got.
You know, right then and there.
Whatever creative idea you got, like. But creativity is the difference. Man. If nobody fucking with your shit because you're not good enough. You're not creative enough. You're not keeping people interested enough.
Exactly.
This video is probably only gonna get like 30 views. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't pander to views. I know I have to just be true to who I am.
Exactly.
And put that out and let whoever attach to that. You know, because you control what you control at the end of the day.
Man, that's what I said. Hey, this guy, he got it up here. I tell you that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You are for a fact one of the smartest people I know. I just want to say that, man. I know we ain't supposed to be dapping up. I appreciate it,
man. Yeah, sure. Man, you know, that's all I love. All respect, man. And you know, when people call me smart, I just say I'm aware. Like, I've always just paid attention to what's happening
right
around
there. I tell you, man.
You know, because they say, actually, I think Malcolm Gladwell said a smart person or intelligent person is somebody who has so developed the faculties of their mind that they can accomplish anything they want without violating the rights of other men.
Wow.
That's what an intelligent person is. Somebody who can do that. And I feel like I'm on that level where I don't have to take anything from anybody. You go on any of my social media profiles, I ain't selling you a damn thing. And I never will. I'm going to just put me out here.
Exactly.
I am the sell. I am the catch. You fucking with me or not? If not, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing here? But I'm here to deliver value. And as long as what I'm putting out, you can feel that the intent through that and you get something from it, my job is done. One person, two person, don't even matter.
And you know when you're talking to somebody real, bro, and like you give off so much knowledge, bro, people want to hear you talk. They want to watch your videos, bro.
Word.
Just because they know that you're going to say something that's going to make them think, you know?
Yeah.
It's not boring. It's just, you feel me? It's something that they can take from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I ain't watched your podcast and then went about my day and had a better day just because you said something that I thought about.
Word.
And that I could, like, implement on that day. And that, you know, in my life. So I don't know, bro.
I appreciate it, man. You know, and one of the things I've been trying to get better at is to just not hear no insults or no compliments. Like, as good as that feel, hearing that, I understand. You know, like I gotta just keep the blinders on and keep running.
Keep
You know
doing
what I'm
what you're
saying?
doing.
Keep doing exactly that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they overpraise Bron, he like, all right, you know, got to get back to work.
Yeah.
So that is. Kobe was never satisfied.
Never.
You know, that's what make people legends. By never being satisfied. Always understanding, nah, I think it could get just that much better.
Never.
Hey, man, I definitely appreciate you for coming through, my baby. You know,
appreciate you.
been a good quick 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Almost 20. Let me see where we at real quick. You know what I'm saying? Before we get out of here, I do want to ask, is there anything that you want to lead the people with? You know what I'm saying? You know, I know you a guy who, you know, you pay attention to you pay attention to a lot because it takes a lot to understand what you recognize in somebody else. You can't recognize qualities or traits in others that's not instilled within you to some degree. So is there anything that you would like to lead the people with?
Man, honestly, just because you're going to drop this video soon, right?
Yeah, it'll be out. It'll be out.
So
It'll
if
be
y'all
out.
watching this, please quarantine because this is serious, you know. I mean, I could get on here and like throw some knowledge at you, but I just want everybody to be safe. You know, I just want to say sorry to all the families affected. This is a crazy situation, you know, and nobody's like actually was like ready for it. So just stay safe, you know, stay inside and don't leave unless you have to, man. Just, you know.
Where can the people tap in with you at?
Hey, you can follow me on Instagram at Talents. That's TALENTZZ.
Right there on the screen.
Yeah, go follow me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Hey, man, like I always tell my guests, we're going to be watching you. That's the thing. We always watching. Like, people click. They like, oh, let me see what this guy is. Yeah. Oh, he's light skinned. Let me see. Let's see what this guy. Oh, wait, he plays what? He goes to what college? He did what?
Man,
you never know what reason they go back to your personal brand. But
tap in with me. I'm a cool guy.
Tap in. It's a cool dude, man. Twitter, all of that.
All that.
All right, we're gonna practice social distance.
There you go.
All right, y'all.